Yo.
Hi, Jingwan.
Yo, can you hear?
Can hear you. Clear.
No echo, right?
No echo. Everything's good.
All right, just testing all these things now.
Good.
Oh, it's good.
Mm.
Right, cool. So yeah, so I'm doing a test recording here.
Okay.
Let me see. No, I don't share. Yep. All right. Yeah, can continue. Is the sound clear for the?
Yeah, good.
Okay. Yeah. Where were we? We were saying the Germany.
Germany. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is the way that they run it, right, is to sort of help their people with their people in mind. The whatever policies they make, right, or whatever things that they put in place, they have their people in mind. Now, like how Singapore is doing their thing now, you know. That's what I feel.
I was just curious. Sweden seems to have a very interesting model where they don't do lockdowns, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, they are thriving.
Yeah. What?
Apparently, they are doing pretty well.
Oh yeah. Thriving. Yeah.
The death rate has decreased.
Yep.
And people go about with their economic activities,
Correct.
Yeah. So now the question is, does all these lockdowns really work?
No. WHO already mentioned it, you know. They already say lockdown doesn't work. It's just one of the restrictions, but it doesn't really work, man.
Yeah, but looks like it seems to be the only solution we have now.
You can see I share a screen here. Can you see?
Oh, this is quite a while ago, right? This one.
October last year.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, but they never make a new announcement to say that to say that.
Yeah, that this no longer valid, right?
Yeah. They still stand with this.
Yeah.
They still stand with this. Even our Kari Jamaluddin the other day just mentioned about this. You see, he when did he say? Just recently, Carrie was saying about this lockdown against the announcements of these EMCOs against the WHO's recommendation. Yeah.
Oh, he did mention that lah.
He was addressing this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. WHO lockdown. Let's see. Nah, maybe we can find another time. Yeah. I mean, the thing is you stop a death from somewhere, death from COVID, but you are pushing people's livelihood to the brink of also pushing people to die. So many people suicide and all like that.
Yeah. So now actually, talking about all these daily announcements, all these numbers, how exactly did they get those numbers?
By 12 p.m., the states will collect all their data and then they'll send to the JKN, if I'm not wrong, Jabatan Kesihatan Negeri. And from there, they'll compile the data and send it to the main KKM.
Okay. Oh, by 12 noon every day lah.
If I'm not wrong, it's 12 noon. So it's like, example, like let's say we go to see their Facebook, right? When you see under Kementerian Kesihatan there, you still can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Let's say there's the case baru here, right? Let's say we look at the case baru. Where's the case baru? Case baru. Yep. They should have a. They never write here.
Well, as of the cut-off time, no lah.
They should Normally they would have one
Okay. Now let's see Okay. So it's basically let's assume that it's 12 noon every day lah. So that means it's 12 noon the day before until 12 noon today lah.
Yes.
They will compile all the numbers lah.
Yes.
So that is fixed criteria lah. 12 noon the day before to 12 noon today. Then I mean, how do they decide these numbers? Okay, people walk in to report, or you go out and do testing, or you go out and do enforcement and then catch people or whatever. How people go about getting these numbers in?
By their people calling up who got the virus, and then they follow up who is in close contact with them. That's what they're doing now. So everything is very responsive, very it's not a pre-planning situation now. We are now only doing a lot of reactive. It's not proactive anymore. It's all reactive towards what's happening. So example, let's say a company, right? Two person like have a symptom of COVID, and then they went to do the test, and they found out these two people have positive case.
Okay.
So from there, the KKM people one person will deal with one person. They'll get all the direct contact with this person A.
Okay.
They'll find out who's your family members, and then they'll get all your family members go and do the test. And then your family member, the past 10 days or whatever, they look through your MySejahtera, where have you been, and all those things. And then they will try to track down all those people that you are close contact with. If it's like physical place, like office one, they can do the test immediately. But if it's not a physical place, cannot.
Right. So that means they'll track your close contact, then test them. If they are also tested positive, then they will lump together. They'll lump together and then report to KKM. This is the figure.
Yes.
So that means you mentioned the word reactive. So these numbers, is not affected by all those mass testing or whatever.
It's inclusive.
Inclusive.
Yeah, inclusive.
Okay. But they only do mass testing when there's a case in the area, is it? Or they just randomly go any place and just do a mass testing?
The mass testing only will happen if you're in a factory or you're staying in a condominium.
Which there are COVID cases.
Yeah.
If there's no COVID cases, they won't suddenly come and do mass testing.
No.
Okay.
We're not doing that. It doesn't make sense to do that. People are moving around.
Okay.
You test today, maybe tomorrow I'm the one kena. You're not testing today, you're not testing tomorrow also.
Okay.
Right.
Unless
you test it every single day. But it's like crazy, to test every day.
Okay. So they are testing when there's a case Okay, that makes sense.
Very reactive. So that's why a lot of case is already in a community.
It just keeps spreading and spreading.
Yeah, which is why what we are doing is just basically chasing dragon, chasing a dragon, chasing the end of a rainbow.
But,
You got no end.
but how else? But how else to do it?
Don't do it. That's the thing. For what you want to do?
Don't do it. Okay,
because
don't do it.
The question is why you want to do it. For what purpose you want to do it?
Yeah, it's not like you can cure them, right?
No.
Yeah.
For what purpose
So
you want to do it?
okay, you can't cure them. Okay, but the idea is to isolate them so that it don't spread further, right? The idea is to make sure that we identify them so that they won't spread the disease further, right?
But aren't we actually already supposed to be in a lockdown? If we are in a lockdown, right, we are not supposed to move around. If we are able to move around, means there's something wrong with the actual plan itself. Which I'm not trying to point out.
Okay, you also got a point. But I mean, like, they might go and buy daily necessities and all, you know. But then again, you got a point also. If the person is staying alone, and if he's not allowed to go and buy daily necessities, how is he going to survive?
Yeah.
So these are all the details that needs to be ironed out as well lah.
If I was in Azmin place lah, all right, or now Hishamuddin lah, you know, or Hishamuddin now lah. If I was in this place, right, I would do a total lockdown for 1 month. A real total lockdown.
When you say total, what do you mean? You can't even go out to buy your daily necessities?
No, we will tell the whole public, go and get all the things that you need for 1 month. Food, water will be with you. Just get food supplies.
Prepare yourself. Right.
All right. We will lock the whole country down for 1 month. All right. Whoever get COVID already or whatever will kena COVID already. Okay?
Yes.
And then within that 1 month will already show symptom and then spread to that level only. If you're in a household, the whole household will get it already. You get it?
Right.
No moving around and literally really stay at home. I will get Astro, all these places to give your TV for free, your internet all don't charge you. The electricity don't charge for 1 month. Rent will stop for 1 month. All right.
Okay. Right.
And after that, when everything just cleared out, after that 1 month, we open up business like usual.
Okay.
But no more import case. No more cross-border at all. Zero cross-border.
Okay, you open up business, but just within the same, you know. Yeah, you don't cross-border lah. Just within your community, you do business lah.
Yes.
Okay.
And everybody can move around without vaccine anymore, I can tell you. Because there's no more virus in the community already. Whoever got the virus has already got it.
Okay, so what you are saying is that during that 1 month, are you going to identify who has the virus?
The person who will get it will already come out already because he's going to be sick.
And this we are talking about those that's not chronic lah, meaning they recover from it lah. Yeah, that means they recover from it lah.
Whether they recover or whether they're having a severe reaction or whatever, during that month it will already come out.
Okay. So that means you are no longer spreading it anymore.
Exactly. For that 1 month stay at home only. 1 month only.
Oh, but then this is the thing that we are banking on the assumption that the person who has recovered will not have any big strain that could still spread further lah.
Will not have what?
Will not have any other, you know, remnants or weaker strain that could still spread.
It should not, no? Since the data already said that it's 14 days, you know.
Yeah,
which I doubt it lah.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, based on that assumption lah, you know, it's good to try lah. I mean, if it still spread, then that means we know that that's not true lah, you know, that whoever who has gotten it and recovered can still spread COVID, then that is a different story altogether. But I think yeah, I got your point. Yeah.
It's like a murky water, right? You got a
Yeah.
water full of muddy water. If you stir
Yeah.
it really, right, it's all going to be muddy. But if you let it settle already, right, the mud will just stay at the bottom. Your water will be
Yeah.
clear. But
Yeah.
in
And
Malaysia
you
case,
start
right,
off with- Yeah.
Malaysia just keep adding in the water, dirty water in only. How are you going to have the water clean?
Is that what Germany or other countries with low COVID cases doing?
New Zealand lah.
Or that's what New Zealand?
Singapore, island country, easy to control.
Hey, but then they have resurgence. Why is that?
Malaysia going in.
That means they broke the law. I mean, they broke their own rules lah. They allow foreigners to come in lah.
Exactly. Malaysians
Okay, so that means this strategy that you're saying is the strategy to move towards an endemic era lah, basically.
Yeah.
To keep it endemic first lah. Okay.
If this was happened during the first lockdown, right, we wouldn't have reached this level here.
Okay. Okay, makes sense. And then what's next?
You run business internally, within Malaysia itself, you still can run business, ma. At least the country can run.
But okay, let's say for instance, our manufacturers, they have to prepare all the goods, sent to Port Klang to be exported. I don't know, those people who's running the ships, are they all locals or foreigners or how?
So yeah, that's the thing. If you want to have the ship bought in Malaysia or port here, you don't go off board. You stay on your ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's how it will happen. It has to be like that.
Okay.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do.
But how to keep things domestic? Because not every state have their own port, right, to export things. They will have to ship things down to either Johor or Port Klang, right? I think. Does Penang has its own port?
Yeah.
Okay, so only 3 major states have their own ports, correct?
Should be. Even I think in Malacca, so I think a port.
Malacca got port. Negeri Sembilan, Pahang.
I'm not sure lah.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's look at this state one. Ports. So that means they have anyone who is in the export business have to stop for the time being because you can't take your goods to the other states now.
Yeah, but you can bring it to Klang. You can bring it to the Klang port, and then from there internally we can still travel already because we don't have the virus anymore. If we have followed that pattern of if we follow that procedure, that step.
Oh, so meaning eventually there will be inter-district and then eventually interstate travel eventually
that's what I'm trying to say. If we do the 1 month lockdown effectively, the whole country can reopen itself. We do business domestically. We don't really need to push for a lot of people moving around.
Okay.
Export business is just export only. It's just goods going out or goods coming in. Right.
Yeah. So is it too late to start something like this now?
Yeah, too late.
Too late.
because people don't have much reserve now. And if you want to start it right, it's going to be very, very taxing on the people. Very, very.
One month food supply. Government have to bear it.
Yeah.
Bear the 1 month food supply first.
The issue now you see, right? Company close. I foresee like the next 2 years, 3 years, right? One big problem will be because the company owners, right, have problem with their getting not cash flow, getting people, human resource.
Okay.
They may just resort to automation.
Okay.
Yeah. And with automation, right, they don't need human to work anymore.
Yeah, you displace the society lah.
Yes, that's where we will see a lot of companies will be going towards automation. Like McDonald's or this, you'll be talking to a computer, or you'll be talking to a panel, or you'll be pressing panels to make your orders.
Yeah.
You go to GFC, you'll be pressing panels already. You won't be asking people for and you see these jobs disappearing. A lot of these jobs disappearing.
Right. Yeah.
You see waiters don't have waiter jobs anymore. Now they're using robots to send food to you. Don't need human contact.
Yeah, but I mean, this is we are assuming that even the restaurants are open, but now no, everybody is ordering takeaway. So these waiters are also they're jobless anyway.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you can see later with the Singapore has rolled out those autonomous vehicles.
Yeah. Right.
China has also rolled out the autonomous vehicle. Sooner or later, Grab is going to push it to Malaysia. And all those Grab riders or Food Panda, this will just be displaced.
Yeah, I mean, we all have been talking about how AI and automation, robotics and all will displace replace humans and all. But this pandemic really make it very, very real.
Yep.
And I cannot imagine what will happen to so many jobless people around. It's very, very dangerous.
Uprising.
Yeah. And then what next? Yeah, because you see, end of the day, you can't be trained and reskilled in such a short period of time. People need a safety net.
Yep.
Yeah, and then now
it's not that. How are you going to train against automation?
Yeah, that's also another thing. Yeah.
Right. Sorry, I caught you. Just now you're trying to say something.
No, actually, I was just thinking aloud because recently, government has been allowing all these EPF withdrawals and all. I mean, there's really nothing much left, for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're spending their future money already.
Yeah, and imagine when that automation and those AI all come on board, basically it will be very, very tough to survive. We're talking about a very large number of people here.
It's not only here, it's good, it's worldwide. Yeah. It's worldwide.
Yeah, of course. Being there we are more concerned. Charity begins at home.
No, because it was spark a movement. It was spark a worldwide movement.
Okay.
I'm just afraid of that. You start to see how it spread. Especially now because like, oh, I need to be woke, I need to be inclusive, Yeah, I need to be this and that,
Yeah. How can end of the day, I always look at the very simple things first. Let's talk about food source. Malaysia still have a lot of land to do food cultivation, right? Vegetable farming and whatever, fruits that can at least create some food source lah for people to begin with.
But that's not their interest.
Yeah, that's the only thing. It's not their interest.
That's not their main interest to, you see the companies spending money into paddy fields and all these things, right? But you look at how they price their rice. It's so much more expensive than Thai rice.
Yes.
For what? You should be competitive, ma.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm not thinking of competitive because now it's risk survival. When there's no jobs, there's no food. Basically we have to make sure society can survive. Otherwise, all of us won't be around. Let's put it this way.
Oh no, that's what I'm trying to say. Is at that time also, right? They will not be even thinking about that. They'll be thinking about making money. Because they'll be saying, I'm protected. You want to buy my rice? My rice is over here now. You want to buy the other rice? You wait for stock. If you don't have stock, it's your problem.
So then this is the sad part, which is why it justifies your line of argument, that uprising is unavoidable. If that kind of line of thought is still prevalent at that time, because at that time profit shouldn't be the main motivation, really, by that juncture.
You can see what now it's like that. Right?
I think now we haven't reached that point yet, We haven't reached that point yet.
Is there?
We are showing some weakness, with the white flags and all. But 2020, this thing go on until 2022, then we are very, very close to the brink, which is very, very dangerous.
My guess is this thing will go until middle of 2022.
Because really, micro SMEs and all the daily wage earners is having a very, very tough time,
Yep.
No joke.
Yep. Correct. You start to see a lot more people defaulting in their home loan.
Yeah. I think home loan is a different thing. I'm talking about those people, day-to-day living, seriously.
Oh, no, correct. Because you see, what I'm trying to say is a indirectly. For people with home loan problem, right? It's going to be like a middle income earner, right? The M20, lower tier M20 or the higher B40 level, So if these people, right, can already suffer, can feel the pinch, those lower tier B40 was already gone here. They are already in a very bad situation.
The B40s are already having a very tough time now.
Yes, very, very tough time.
Very, very tough. So you can just imagine, you see, the person who is saying nasi lemak, now with all these lockdowns, they can't go out to, I'm not sure, maybe they're allowed to go out to sell, but who is coming out to buy?
No, cannot sell, cannot buy.
Or cannot sell. So that's even worse. So that's their only source of income, and they're not allowed to operate at all. So how are they going to survive? And this is a large chunk, Micro SMEs is a very, very big chunk in the Malaysian economy.
Yes, agree. But what can we do? My area here in the Puchong area, because my housing is very near those the Malay area. The what you call that, those across the lake, there's the low cost areas. You can see really bad situation there.
Wow. So is there a light at the end of the tunnel? People expect once you fully vaccinate the whole country, then we have so-called the herd immunity.
No. People is going to draw back to the numbers.
Yeah. But that's the mainstream view lah, you know.
I ask you, the current lockdown, one of the main criteria is what? What is a lockdown? Why are we being in lockdown?
Basically, they're cutting people's movement lah.
No. I mean, in the result of what the cases, right?
Sorry.
We are locking down because of the rising number of the positive cases now, right?
Yes, correct.
So, but if you are vaccinated, you still can be positive, right?
Yes.
In our records, to date, Malaysia only recorded 800,000 positive cases.
Okay.
So imagine the next 29 million people in Malaysia vaccinated, right? And they still can get by the virus, right?
Yes.
Will that still continue with will that be a reason for the government to continue the lockdown?
Yeah,
that's one thing to think.
It's a very good question, you know. And actually, to begin with, I mean, this might sound like a conspiracy theories or anti-vaxxer or whatever you name it lah. These popular labels.
Yeah.
Have you really thought through, you know, about this vaccination process?
For what? What you mean?
You see, you brought the point precisely. You see that after vaccination, you can still be positive.
Yep.
Which would also still trigger another lockdown anyway.
Yep.
So
what's the point?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking every day. What is the point?
Of course, to their defense, they say, yeah, it will be less severe, you know, you might survive and things like that. But I think end of the day, people just want to get back their life, you know.
But it brings back to what I mentioned just now. Remember, if the institution, right, or the government have the control already, right, are they going to let go of the control? Seldom. Seldom that control be, you know, given up again. Yeah. This is the reason why in America, right, they are fighting so hard for their right to bear arms. Because if until when the government becomes, you know, having too much power and corrupted, the people can still rise up to overthrow the government. The corrupt government.
I think nobody sees it that way, you know.
Hey, you don't know the Americans, that's why they still bear arms, okay? The right to bear arms. Because they do not want the government to control them. They want to defend themselves if the government becomes too powerful.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, talking about the bearing arms thing, a lot of people are saying that, you know, it's bad, you know, there's high school shootings and all.
Yeah, but if you look at the school shootings, right, most of it is happening in democratic states.
Really?
You study lah.
Okay.
Most of it is from democratic states.
Oh, but Republican is the one that wanted the guns, right?
Yeah, but the one that cannot handle the guns are the one that is not having open carry policies. The states that are having open carry policies have quite low shooting incidents, if I'm not wrong.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, but the thing about US is I feel this way lah, you know. Yeah, they might have some of the best institutions, they might talk about human rights and all, but you look at the net result, you know, the things that come out from them, you know, it raises a very big question mark lah, how effective their democracy really is lah, you know. or they have find a more subliminal way to control their citizens without being so brazen through their, public relation campaigns, lobbies and whatever.
Yep. Wait, I'm trying to find something. Democratic States of America.
UVC lens. Is it the radiation one?
What's that?
Telling this UVC lens. Just check what you also went disinfect this place, right, with the lens.
You found it?
What's that? Sorry.
You found the what the states with the open
The
arms,
highest the highest level of mass shooting in America is from California, and the second number highest is Florida, and then it comes to Texas.
Oh, Texas is Republican.
Yeah, but that's the number third highest.
Yeah.
California is 22. Texas is 11 only.
Okay.
And then after that is Washington, Colorado, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Illinois, New York. So I if I remember the numbers show that the majority is still from the Republic. Is from the Democratic states, the shootings.
Wow.
Yeah, the one they're saying not to use the guns, are the one.
So this is like the lion is saying, that we should ban wings, and the birds will be saying we should ban all these big toots and all that.
Yeah. What to do? Let's see, which is the red state, which is the blue state. All right, there we go. So we got just now was California, right? California is blue state. Okay.
Yeah.
Florida is red state. Texas is a red state.
Yeah.
Oh, but Washington, blue state. Colorado is the blue state. So the top, and then Pennsylvania. Let's say Pennsylvania is a blue state. So the top 5, right? 3 of it is the highest is blue state.
Blue state.
Yeah. So you can see from there, and the numbers of the blue state is the higher. California is 22. Even the second and third joined together, right, it doesn't match with California.
Hey, talking about their legislation, this one is it's centralized. They can't decide just for their own state they want to ban or kind of thing. They can't.
No, it's
the
state. It's state. It's state.
Oh, okay. So that means
state law.
Okay, so that means those blue states they could have banned it already. Did they ban it?
Sorry?
Those blue states they could have banned it, right?
Correct. But why not
ban
banning? But why not banning? That's the question.
Oh, okay. They could ban it, but they didn't ban it.
Exactly.
Oh.
That's the question. That's the question. You've been saying it so much, but then you're not doing anything. Obama could have done it, even like the most talk about, right, is when Obama was in office at the time, right, he did the most drone strike of any president in America, no?
He did the most drone strikes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't keep track of it. Yeah.
Yeah. the most drone strikes into the Middle East is from Obama.
Okay.
Compared with Bush or compared with Clinton now, right? Obama won. Trump didn't even fire one, man. I think he was not starting any war, man.
He fired some cruise missiles into Iran but I think that was from ships
Yeah, but he didn't start any war. There was no war start under him.
Yeah. I think he knows that wars are bad for business
Yeah, he's actually just a loudmouth, you know. Just want to talk. Whatever goes in his head, right? He just says it out, you know. So that is a very good. He's actually, to me, like what they say, a broken clock is more accurate than a slow clock.
Yeah.
Because the broken clock will get the time right 2 times a day. The not accurate clock, right, will forever be wrong one.
Yeah.
So Trump is like the broken clock. Trump is like the broken clock, no? You know,
he got the important things right
he will just do it only, you know. No matter what, he just do it. He don't bother who's in place. Who are you? He'll just do it. But if the person is want to lie on, right, forever he will lie on.
Yeah.
You know, he whatever they want to do, like Clinton, you know, like Hillary Clinton, right? Why she lost so much votes, and why at least the Snowden, all these documents all the emails coming out. You can see all the conspiracy coming out.
Yeah.
So those people are politicians, you know. They've been doing this, you know, for so long, and to vote them in, right, is just going to you're going to dig the hole deeper. That's what I see,
Yeah, but it's just too bad that Trump have no control of the media. He's not being painted the way he is
It's not that he's no control. It's the media purposely wants to go against him. He could have just stopped everything. No, he could just put executive order. Let's ban CNN.
Yeah.
Oh, you are doing this to me. Let's have a new law. We ban Facebook or whatever. He didn't do that.
Yeah.
He didn't do that.
Yeah.
He could have more airtime. He could have put more airtime on for his Fox News or the other news, right? He didn't do that. He didn't do that.
Yeah.
He just play what he need to play.
So, and he's still contesting, right, about the election results.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But it's sad, you know, that you have to become to that level to you know, to have so many people die, you know.
Yeah, but I really salute him, you know, when he had COVID, then he went and take ivermectin and
steroids, everything.
Huh?
3 days later, he's walking again, right?
And he took, and he's old and he took that, what? Yeah, you have to really add that.
He's all the checkbox for people to die, you know, but he didn't.
Yeah. What's that word? Morbidities.
Yeah.
Morbidity.
Unhealthy. Eats fries and all this fast food every day.
Yeah.
But never die. That's the beauty.
Yeah. So but he can still run for president again, right? Because he didn't fulfill his 2 terms.
Yep.
He can still make a comeback.
Yep.
Yeah, good luck to him. But then he will be close to 80, right, by then.
Well, with all the preservative inside his body, he can go another 100 years.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like he's slowing down.
Yeah. So, but I mean, in this very, very uncertain period. I mean, I'm just curious lah, how things will pan out lah. Will the society change for the better? Start to really look down, look back into the fundamentals, as to what really matters in life.
Yep.
Healthy and clean food supply, clean air, clean water, kind of things, rather than go back to our old ways of, polluting here and there.
Actually, during lockdown, right, we actually polluted more than non-lockdown. With
Yeah,
all the waste we produce,
face mask,
packaging, tapao all the food, it's crazy. Yeah.
So either way, they're in trouble.
But yeah, we're living through it. See how we can make the best out of it.
Yeah, but of course, I think in a way, air travel definitely produce hell lot of emissions than anything else But still, as you mentioned, when you have too much plastics in going into the ocean, it's not a great thing either
Yep. It's but that one is too big of a problem. You can't really know what's going on. How to solve that? You need a lot of money.
Yeah. Hey, but talking about the pandemic, I mean, it's still a question mark where the virus really came from.
Oh, you know where the virus came from? You just don't admit any.
Okay.
Most likely it'll be the lab leak.
Yeah, and the lab is commissioned by the US.
Yep.
So you see, this is again another thing that people label as conspiracy theory,
Actually, it's not really conspiracy. There's already proven paper trail. It's just that now they need somebody from the lab to actually prove to say that, yeah, we have this in our lab. Because like the SARS and all those, the last time the MERS, the SARS, right? They could trace down to the animal, where the animal came from.
Yeah.
In a couple of months only. This one you cannot at all, zero. After 1.5 years like that, still cannot find.
Yeah. And would pinpointing where it come from help in creating a better vaccine or?
No, the thing is you cannot pinpoint because it's not from a natural source.
Yeah, I mean,
because you see, there's a certain portion of it comes from a bat, right? That's what we know most of it, right? There is a small portion that comes from penguin.
Penguin.
Yeah. Let me say for you. That's the best part. A small portion of the genetic material is from penguin. Find a genetic. So the question is how did it jump from, if let's say kenal, right? How did it jump from the penguin?
Yeah, so far away.
Doesn't make sense.
Sorry, it's not for South Pole, penguin.
South.
Oh, okay.
North Pole got nothing there one. It's just
a lot of ice blocks melting due to global warming.
Yeah, it's just floating ice only. Let me see. They said Genetic material. No, I can't find it here. I try to find it later. Okay, just click the same thing. Say it from the.
You see, I think this is another issue, you know. Now there's all this thing called fact check here, fact check there, you know.
Yep.
How we know that fact check is even correct in the first place?
Well, you look for the detail from the studies. You have to find the studies done.
You have to find studies.
Yep. Because
so I suppose you need to find a few studies that concur with one another, that fact check one another.
Yes, that's what scientists do. You put up a hypothesis, and then you test your hypothesis. You come up with methodology, and then you test your hypothesis. And then if it is true, you publish it, right? And then another scientist will look at your study and say, if this is true, can I do it? So he has to do the same thing. And then if you get the same result, then he actually supports your idea. But if he does another sample somewhere else and it shows another result, then he will there's a rebuttal, you know, it's saying that your thing may be flawed, you know. My result is not the same as yours. And then another one will come, and another one will come, and then your pool of data will get bigger and bigger and bigger, correct? No? So then somebody will come and do a meta-analysis of maybe these 10 different people doing a study. They will come and say, okay, from this, based on these 10 studies, these are the meeting points. This is what happened, this is what happened, and then we get this result. But if you're going to use this as population insight, because of this situation, you get this type result. So another scientist will come and look at all the data and then compile it and make his own analysis. You see? So scientists will come and do peer reviews. They will come to make sure that whatever you put out is real science. You see? That's why when Pfizer came out with their vaccine, right? They said, oh, my efficacy is 95%, 97%, right? They were right at the bottom there. It is not peer reviewed. Very specific. Okay. Yeah, very specific. They write down it's not peer reviewed.
So they have to declare that it's not peer reviewed.
Yes.
So then this raises the question. Whoever who's buying all these vaccines to be given to people read that research and then saw that it's not peer reviewed, but decides to go ahead anyway.
Sorry, again?
You see, the thing is that we are using a vaccine that's based on research that's not peer reviewed. Are you comfortable with that?
No, that is why the FDA is not comfortable also.
Okay.
FDA did not give any approval.
Okay, all right.
All the vaccines we have today is not FDA approved. It is just approved for emergency use.
Okay, right.
That's very specific. It's approved for emergency use. So anything goes wrong, FDA is not liable.
Yeah.
FDA doesn't want to say that it's good because there is no long-term study done.
Right. Okay. I have a feeling public sphere doesn't really bother about whether it's FDA approved or not.
They don't know. They don't know the technicality of it. They don't, all these terminologies and all this, they don't understand.
Yeah, and this is the thing all these details it's not being really rigorously shared, debated, and questioned, you know.
Yep.
And this is pretty tough, you know, and it's not FDA approved and it's not peer reviewed yet people in general takes that as the silver bullet to get us out of this pandemic, you see.
This is pushed by is marketed out that way.
So actually, all researchers backing all these vaccines specifically mentioned that it's not peer reviewed now.
Yeah. But of course now is there's a lot of peer reviews coming out right now.
Okay, so I mean with the latest one, how does things pan out?
Yeah,
The
it just shows the efficacy rates. It just shows like in Brazil there's these numbers. In Russia, Pfizer is not working, or whether Sinovac not working, they'll give us data. So from time to time, people have to analyze it.
So basically, in a way, we are
guinea pigs.
test subjects lah.
Yes, we are guinea pigs.
Wow. Okay.
And last time they used to pay the test subjects, to do the test and get all those, to get the side effects. They'll pay the subjects one. Now they're getting it for free.
Yeah.
Millions of people.
This is how they very effectively without pointing a gun at you to be a test subject, to just get you in the game.
Yep.
Yeah. But I was I mean, I'm quite surprised that I didn't get to read much about it. All these things weren't highlighted, I have no idea that it's not. I heard of it that it's not FDA approved, but I have no real idea what it means. But now that you tell me that to begin with, all the research backing those vaccines in the first place weren't even peer reviewed, then I think that that's a very big question that people should be asking right from the beginning, whether to roll out the vaccine or not. Don't you think so?
Yeah, but that's what people have been asking all the time. It's just that it wasn't highlighted in the news because people don't want it to be the common knowledge. People want like YouTube, right, will be censoring people. Facebook will be censoring. If you tell people what's against the narrative, right, they will shut you down.
Yeah, they label it.
Yeah, that was what was happening. That was what was happening. Like you see the doctor, the mRNA doctor. Same thing, what? He came up to tell his story about the mRNA, the technology of mRNA vaccines. It's not meant to be done this way. They got censored, So let's see. Got something. See, I share my page again now. So this is from Pfizer page, Pfizer.com. You can see. So Pfizer and BioNTech conclude phase 3 study. This is November 18, just a couple of months ago, before we actually get our approval at the time. So it states here, I just searched for the word peer review. So it says here that at that time, only Pfizer plans to submit efficacy and safety data for study for peer reviews in scientific journals.
Once the data is completed. Okay.
Yeah, once data is completed. So the data have not been submitted when this November 18 of last year, just 8 months ago. And they were already sending out the what you call it, the vaccines January. Some countries were already getting it in December, late December, January, if you can remember. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is on their own page, Pfizer. So they were
Yeah,
just
but
only.
yeah, and I guess, you know, people think that, yeah, this is an emergency, and then as long as nothing is happened, everything is good and dandy, you know, I get my jab, everybody gets to continue their life as usual again.
Yep.
But interesting, I think I came across this news, you know, what country was that? The one that was highly vaccinated and then
Israel.
oh, no, not Israel. There was this country, Seychelles. They were the number of people vaccinated were quite high, but somehow eventually everybody just keep contracting COVID again and again.
Seychelles,
You look at Seychelles.
I don't think it's very high now. Let's say Seychelles.
Not
very high, so.
You mean the vaccination rate not high or what?
Their vaccination rate is around 71%.
Isn't that high?
Yeah, no, I mean their what you call it, infection rate. The highest they got is only 1,000 people per day.
But for a country that's so highly vaccinated to get 1,000 cases per day, isn't that high?
If your place is very concentrated, why not? Yeah.
Oh yeah, the density also. If you're all very close to one another, then no. But what I meant is that, so basically, even after you are vaccinated, you will still, you know, be infected lah. If the virus is in the air, kind of thing.
Yes.
Or around you.
All you get all the virus. That's why I was saying just now, Malaysia has already now almost 900,000 people.
You see, Ching Hua, you see, that's the thing. When people say label one anti-vaxxer, I don't feel comfortable, because we all know that vaccine is important. We all get vaccinated. Okay, we didn't say, oh, I don't want to take my BCG, you know, or whatever, you know. But the thing is that, you see, after we get vaccinated, we know that it works, you know. Okay, true lah, there are some unlucky cases as well, we also know. But it's never as high as the fact that you're telling me that 71% of population gets vaccinated, and yet you are still getting thousands of cases of positive COVID positive cases a day. You know, you see, after you, sorry, I don't recall, BCG is to vaccinate against TB, is it?
Sorry, again, the what?
BCG is to vaccinate against what?
TB.
TB, right? Okay. So it's not like after we all get vaccinated with BCG, then suddenly
BCG, I'm not so sure. BCG vaccination is for let me see. Yeah, TB.
Yeah. So you see, all of us got vaccinated by with BCG standard 6, right?
Yeah.
Standard 6, right? You all suffered from it. Some got fever, here puncture, there puncture, here bleed, there bleed, right on the shoulder and all.
Yeah.
But it's not like we have thousands of TB cases around us.
Oh no, because there was a different type of vaccine.
Okay, generally vaccine is a vaccine lah. What I'm saying is,
no.
The whole idea of a vaccine is basically, you're supposed to activate your immune system so that if you catch a TB virus, right? TB is.
Yeah, but when you manufacture, like using the mRNA, you have nanoparticles from your whatever lipid coating. You have a lot of new things that were not done previously. You see.
Okay.
So when from what I remember, right, like our flu vaccine, right? We used to get our flu vaccine, I think, from goats, I think, or lamb.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we extract out that as and use it as vaccine.
Okay.
So the thing is that the virus that we use is still like a vero cell virus. It's like inactive or like half dead, you know.
Right.
And our body can
Weakened one
still,
lah.
yeah. But the thing is natural. For me, it's still natural virus. It's
Okay.
something you get from a normal natural space. But once it becomes synthetic, right, man-made, right, you cut here, cut there from this thing, and then you form your own particles or nanoparticle coating, whatever, right? That's where I feel the problem is because there's not much tests done for those.
Okay.
That's where people are getting the clottings from now.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
my concern now.
Yeah. So actually, yeah. Basically, what you have just shared is basically there's a lot of uncertainties lah, you know. So I think generally people don't sign up to get vaccinated or are they really aware of all these uncertainties that will come with your vaccination, you see?
I cannot speak for other people.
Yeah, because like I share with you, I mean, when we all get vaccinated, you know, it's not like, you know, we expect, oh, okay, after I get vaccinated, then, okay, there'll still be thousands of people around me who will still contract the disease, including myself, you know. Don't you find it a little weird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it takes very long to develop a vaccine. You cannot just come out like, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, I can make a new vaccine. Oh no, we have been researching this for many years already. Bullshit lah, you know.
Actually, I read somewhere they say that actually the vaccine can be produced fast because there were funds pouring in to speed up R&D, you know.
How fast can you speed up? Right.
But I think that's the main narrative that's dominating the public sphere lah.
Yeah, how fast can you do? It's like not one, no. You got few companies coming out to say that, oh, we have done it and the efficacy rate is so high, you know. But have you done a really non-biased what you call it, test or study, you know? How do you select your samples? How do you select your people, or you know, that you tested the what you call it, that vaccine? That's the thing.
Oh.
It can be possible. It can, because like I mentioned just now, we can tweak the statistics to actually show positive result if we want it to be positive.
Now, I'm curious, you know, since governments around the world have spent so much money in procuring all these vaccines, I mean, now that it doesn't work, what next?
No, they'll continue because they are already at the arm of, they're already one hand in already. They just listen to pharma and say, we need to do a booster shot next year.
So we buy some more vaccine.
Yep. And we do another booster shot next year. You can do anything, right?
Wow, can you imagine taking so many BCG shots?
No, that is why China wanted to do their own mRNA. It's good money, man.
Okay.
It's good money.
Wow. I cannot imagine myself taking so many BCG shots, you know.
It will happen.
So when you're 12 years old, you take one BCG shot, only to learn that you have to take more shots eventually.
Yeah, what to do?
Oh, that's an interesting thought.
No, that's the thing what people is thinking now. What is going on, and with the control that the government is having now, how much control can we gain back later? Can we get any normalcy? Can we get any back our normality? To go back to normal functions of everyday life.
Oh, that's a bigger question altogether. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you come in. People will say, "Oh, you want normal life again? You have to do your vaccination. Next year you have to do another booster shot. Next year you have to do another booster shot. But you still have to wear your mask. You still have to wear your this and that to go around. Then how do we control? Oh, you cannot eat outside anymore because you still have the virus around. You can spread.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense,
Also, so New Zealand is the model country, basically.
Because they stop everybody going in.
Oh.
I think New Zealand vaccination rate is now at.
Okay, let's do a hypothetical projection. How much does the nation spend to procure vaccines compared to how much the nation would spend to implement what New Zealand has done, what you mentioned about that 1 month solid lockdown, to keep the people well fed, free electricity, free water. Don't you think the cost of procuring vaccines and keeping the people well fed for that 1 month will almost end up the same amount?
No, because it doesn't go into their pocket.
Oh, that's a very dangerous territory you're stepping on.
Yeah, but if really they're looking at the interest of people, right? The ivermectin case also they will have already pushed forward already. KKM is still now telling people don't take ivermectin. It is not for human use. They'll keep saying that ivermectin in Malaysia is for animal use only. Please do not take ivermectin.
Hey, bro. Why don't you stop recording? Let's just chat for a while.
Huh? Oh, off records. I don't know how to stop it. Wait, let me see.